I don't always listen to sports radio, but when I do, I prefer the Sports Goombahs. Stay loyal, my friends.
Hey, yo, B, I don't want that guy's voice doing our show. Put him in the bathroom. Cashy King here. I got my chef to the left, Brendan B. Mike to the wall to my right, and this is the Sports Goombahs. Coming to you live from the 515 studios, buried somewhere deep outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We'll be ranting and beefing sports for the next hour 15. Give us a call. You want to join in? 267-563-2893. It's the Sports Goombahs hotline. 267-563-2893. That's your Twitter at Sports Goombahs. Facebook, type in Sports Goombahs and we come up. Sports Goombahs is brought to you by Castle Public Adjusters. 215-752-1237. Or check them out at castlepa.com. What's up, boys? Welcome to the winter. Another frozen out weekend. Freezing weekend. I don't know what they say. It's going to be like 82 tomorrow.
Yeah,
something like that.
It's going to thaw out.
Welcome to the new time slot.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
If you're watching live, you already know that.
It's Sports Goombahs daylight savings.
Goombahs savings time.
Goombahs savings time. That's right.
And also, don't forget, specifically Castle Public Adjusters on Wednesday when we thaw out and you find out you had a broken pipe or a leaky
frozen pipes.
You were referenced, by the way, to somebody I know.
Oh yeah,
somebody I know. His friend, his pipes burst.
Oh yeah, when was that?
He should over the weekend, I guess. That just happened. So he told him to drop the Castle Public Adjusters line.
There it is. We'll send them guys some money for the referral.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. The weather around here is nuts. 50 degrees tomorrow. You got free. Look, I'm freezing down here right now. I couldn't get no heat here in the studio. Everything rises up. I had to come down here and put the portables out.
Keep talking. You'll heat it up in here.
I'll heat it up in here. I can do that best.
All the hot air that comes out of his mouth.
There you go.
Yeah, boy, that's right.
Some good ones this week, I think.
Absolutely. I got a little sick this weekend, so I stayed home and I watched TV all week, and I grabbed a whole bunch of hockey. But nothing more entertainment than that Republican debate. Now, I don't know if you guys saw it on Saturday night at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, whatever.
I was
9
working.
o'clock. Yeah, well, I had a few cocktails. A few
more right now.
A few cocktails, and I watched those clowns go, and I watched the puppet master control his puppets. Beautiful. Yeah, that Donald Trump, he's just, I don't know what's going on. And I could care less, but I couldn't care less. All I know, the material that comes out of this crap. And to think that's our presidential, that's what's going on out there. That's what we have to look forward to on both sides. All this chaos, all this clownery. To the fact that when I watched Saturday Night Live afterwards, their skin wasn't even any good.
It wasn't as good as the original product.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to say. They had Hillary dancing on the piano. Okay. The thing is, I think that even Saturday Night Live, they're running out of comedy on this stuff. They used everything they can at this point. It all repeats itself every week. Every week, Trump comes on there and says the same shit, and the other guys say the same crap. And you watch the Bush family fight the Trump family out. You cannot. This is reality TV at its best. It doesn't get any better than this. I mean, non-scripted for most of the guys up there, and it's whatever comes out of their mouth. You can't control it.
What's going on with Ted Cruz? It looks like every week he's melting.
He's creepy, man. That's a creepy character. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what's up with it. It's right, and he's lying to everybody. He's playing tricks. He's putting bullshit out there. He's got porno girls working for him or doing videos. He doesn't even know what he's doing out there. I don't think he even controls his own destiny anymore. I think this guy's behind him. I don't know. Each one of them, it's nuts. And poor Jeb, he's out there. He's like, I can't believe I'm out here. my father keeps pushing me out here every time there's a debate. I gotta walk out here and answer the same stupid questions. And there's the Trumpster, man. Good comedy, man. This is good stuff. So good. I think even Showtime's doing a show. They have reporters. They've been following these guys around for the last 5 months.
What is it, Republican 24/7?
Something like that. Yeah, I think so.
They got their own little
pretty much.
But behind the scenes footage.
Yeah. I sit there and I just look and I can't, in my lifetime, I'm 53 years old, I've seen a bunch of these, a bunch of elections, you know what I mean? And nothing was ever televised like this one.
Oh, come on.
Where they put out
you forget so quickly. We forget.
Well, wait, just let me finish. I'm talking about the starting lineup where they're introducing these guys like they're players. Like I said that before, and
I remember you saying something about some of the characters we'd never seen this stuff before. Ross Perot.
Yeah, but there was two guys. You know what I mean? You had 2-3 guys.
Yeah, that's true. But
they carried 12 to start. Then you just chop them off the end. It's like they kept falling off the stage as their ratings went down. And they had 12 characters. I mean, every one of these guys is like a character. It's like they could be a role in a movie.
Look, and I'm not defending them or negative either way. In order to be a politician, in my opinion, you need to be a character.
Yeah, well,
you need to be different. You need to stand out. Look at and I'll take it.
Who's
the king of all media?
Howard Stern.
Okay, who is like Howard Stern?
Who is like him?
Nobody,
right?
And people have tried and they've got knocked on it.
That's a good analogy.
It's a very good analogy. He found his niche. He did it, and I hate to say it. Everybody's appalled or whatever Trump was, but you knew what he was going into this.
Exactly
he never hid the fact that he was crazy or had radical ideas, or maybe not so radical, just the way he says it. It all depends on what you want to believe or what you think you believe. But it doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter. You're getting somebody who's carefully crafted 20 years.
Like a master at it.
Well, especially him. But any one of them have carefully crafted for at least 10, 15 years of what they want you to see from them. And that's their job. That's because, you know what? Fine. You get elected. Guess what? You're good for 2-3 years. You get a vacation. You can do this. And then 2 more years. Okay. We got a plan for the next one now.
You know what it is? It's funny because none of the rest of the Republicans planned for their strategy around what this guy might do.
No.
They scripted everything. They had everything organized. The money was all put, and he comes up there and he throws a monkey wrench in the entire thing. And now they can't recover.
And that's what I get a kick out of. Both sides. It doesn't matter if you're watching the Democratic or the other one. What's the question? They get a question asked to them. They come up with a scripted answer.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even half the time relate to the question.
I don't think Trump ever looks down at anything.
No, he doesn't. Everything he says, and I have to give him. I mean, like as much as he might be out there, he just goes whatever's right here. He doesn't have. I don't see him shuffling paper.
It's great.
I see him sipping coffee, or maybe he's like you. He's got a little more in the coffee there, or a drink. But it's all off the cuff.
Yep.
At least he answers the question. He doesn't go to a different question. He goes, "Yeah, I'm going to build a wall." People think he's going to get away. So you're really going to build a wall, Mr. Trump? Yeah, I'm going to build a wall. And you know what?
It's going to be the greatest
wall. It's going to have gold plates on it. Immigrants are going to want to come here and look at the wall and maybe take pictures in front of it. We'll charge them for photos. Stuff. I mean, like it's all right there. It's all in his head already. So
the guy is 1,000% positive in every word that comes out of him. Everybody's great. It's good. It's going to work. We're going to do it, and that's going to be the deal. Don't worry about it.
Except his competition. Yeah. They're all liars. They're all.
And
you know what?
Is he right?
I don't know.
And it doesn't matter if Trump lies. It doesn't really matter at this point. He can't lie because he doesn't have to. There's no reason for a lie because they're trying to dig up dirt on him as much as they can, and they're just.
But his life has been open for 25
exactly.
years. When you here's the thing. He was a public figure.
Right.
He's gone through what? Two failed marriages already, or divorces or whatever.
Right.
And we all knew about that. We all heard about it. He's got like 7 kids or whatever. He's got like.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's got like 7 kids from 3 different wives. What are you going to dig up on this guy that none of these ex-wives have already spilled the beans about already?
Right.
All you're going to have a problem with is maybe his business tactics that put him where he is, where he's number one or whatever he says, that's the problem you're going to have with him. Right.
Yeah. It's almost like he makes fun of, of other countries and stuff like that. And even when he's yelling about China and things like that, he makes all kinds of deals with China. He probably works with China, a million different things, real estate things down in New York or whatever.
But he wants a better deal.
But the thing is now, China, they want him as president. They want him running stuff, so they probably get more things going on here in the United States with him president than without him being the president.
Well, here's the thing. When you own a business, you want what's best for your business. And you sit there and go, if that's the kind of deal I got to make my business good. His big thing is always talking about that Iran deal, how horrible it was. And it might have been bad.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, I don't know enough about it, but whatever. But here's the thing. I look at him and go, if you said, hey, Cashy, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get Trump to negotiate a deal for you. Are you going to turn that down? No, because you're probably going to get the best damn deal out there that you possibly could get.
Right.
And he's just good at that. That's what he does.
That's his sell. That's his sell.
That's his sell.
Like I like the route of a business guy being president. I think that's a good idea because if you're a successful business, you're obviously good at running something. You run a country. But Trump, of all people, why couldn't it be Cuban? Why couldn't it be?
It might be one day.
Why couldn't it be Bill Gates?
It could be Cuban.
Paul Allen, Ted Turner,
if
like these kind of guys.
If you don't think that something like this Trump's doing doesn't show a guy like Mark Cuban, who's probably a junior Trump at this point in his life.
Oh, yeah.
So I think in 10, 15 years, maybe sooner, who knows? Don't think that Cuban might not have a spot on his committee or something to do with him because they are tight, but you're exactly right. That's the kind of person now who sees an opportunity to be president. You don't have to be a politician.
Like if it came down to it today, and you gunned your head, you had to choose between Ted Cruz or Mark Cuban as your next president. We're all gonna go Cuban, right?
I would be. Yeah.
I'm not wasting a vote on Cruz. Are you kidding me?
Exactly what I'm saying. So it's like,
are you kidding me? The dude is plastic. Look, as my daughter says, "Ow, turn him off! I can't stand it. He looks like melting plastic." I'm like, you know what? You're right.
I call him the creeper, man. He's the creeper, man. And I posted way before Mrs. Chef posted of him and Grandpa Al Lewis.
Yeah,
like because they're the exact same.
The Monsters,
right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly the same.
The one's in makeup and the other one isn't. Go figure.
I was reading a couple reports that speaking of backgrounds, I guess the NFL is coming at Peyton Manning now since he's going to retire. Now they're starting to dig up dirt on this guy.
Is that what I hear?
Good luck finding it.
Yeah. In 1994, I believe it was, he had a case where there was some assault and battery or something like that to, I think it was some girl. And their lawyers are now bringing it back to fruition, I think.
20 years?
20 years ago, yeah. I mean, what? And he goes, well, they did it to Bill Cosby. Why can't they do it to Peyton Manning?
Well, here's the problem.
Oh, there's a lot of problems.
Well, the difference is if there was any kind of plea in that case,
right,
it's done. So,
but they don't. Here it is. The NFL, he's gone. He's no longer.
What are you going to do to him now in the NFL? There's nothing really you can do to him.
Yeah.
If he's done, right?
Unless he goes full blown OJ on us.
Yeah.
Which
we have a segment for.
then there's nothing. There's nothing you can do then. It's Peyton Manning. He may not be the golden boy like Brady type, because he's not a great looking guy like Brady is. But Manning is he's like apple pie. He's America.
Right.
That's Peyton Manning. Like if you.
But the point being, he's done with the NFL probably.
Probably.
So probably most likely he does. What are you going to do?
You're going to suspend him? Yeah, suspend his Hall of Fame induction.
Fine him for a guy that's retired. How can you fine a guy that's retired? No, of course not, because you're not part of their corporation anymore.
Yeah.
So that's out the window. And if
you can't say you were once affiliated with us, we're going to fine you.
And if it was criminal charges, or whatever that happened back in 1994, whatever it was, simple assault or whatever. One, it's probably a simple assault, is, if I recall correctly, it's a misdemeanor. I mean,
you're really me slapping Cashy right now in the face.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, sounds tempting right now.
While you're talking, we still have our audio. We lost our video. I think Vic the Yorkie just knocked out the plug coming into the so our video went off, but we're still on audio.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
nice.
And pretty soon. Mike, you weren't suggesting that we showed a difference between a felony and a simple assault.
I mean, they wouldn't see it now. There's no audio.
Oh, okay, that's right.
There's no video proof.
I think he pulled the cord himself.
Yeah, that was me. My bad.
I don't know what you did. Whatever. You don't get to look at our mugs. That's all right. But anyway, yeah, I think it's the NFL. They're trying to dig something.
Do you have a cage for that thing?
I don't know. She must have knocked it in the camera wire or something like that. I don't know. Maybe just the system. Who knows? Technology is not my best bet. But anyway, who cares? You can't see us as long as you can't see us as long as you can hear us.
That's the understatement of the year.
Yeah.
That's all right. We got faces for radio anyway.
Yeah. I think from what I can hear this week, from what I'm hearing, I think Manning's done. From most of the conversations.
Most people who know him have said he's done.
They said he's done, but just as well. And I'm sure that the Broncos will be positioning for that coming up too. Anyway, not that he's going to make a difference in what they do next year. The old Rockstar will be in there running stuff. Maybe they'll take a draft pick. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, NFL, that's pretty much done. You got anything to add to the NFL for this season? Or anything that's sitting out there? Or still?
No, I'm ready to turn the page and be done with this.
NFL's over.
We'll come back in the draft.
Yeah, when's the draft? What's that?
Last week of April.
Yep, and we'll be on. We'll probably be live again.
Right after. Probably right
draft.
after. We're in negotiations as we speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
To revisit Steam Pub.
Yesterday, I did stumble onto the NBA All-Star game. And I know you probably heard it ad nauseum today. Everybody complaining or just beefing about what that game's all about. And quite frankly, I had a lot more fun watching the skills contest. Watching Steph Curry go after Klay Thompson, his teammate, for the 3-point shooting, which was quite an exhibition, man. To those guys, I mean, especially Klay Thompson, he was hitting them. I mean, and what did he do at the end? He hit the entire rack of money balls.
I forgot it was going on, so I tuned in right after it ended. I saw the entire dunk contest, which was phenomenal. That's
the best dunk and I don't really watch it that much because it pretty much bores me most. But this guy, what's his name? I don't even know his name.
He's who won?
Yeah,
Zach LaVine.
Yeah, he's not a perennial player in the league, right? He's pretty much a bench guy.
He's a young guy. It's only his second year in the league.
Yeah.
But he's a flashy type player.
He'll be dunking the ball a whole lot,
But it's funny because right before the dunk contest started, all the commentators, who, by the way, the NBA and TNT is the best commentating.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a comedy show.
Sports. It really is. And in fact, it's literally a comedy show to the point where they brought in Kevin Hart as a co-host, right. And it was great. And it's funny because I was texting my brother about that. They should just do that more often in all sports.
Yeah, Charles Barkley doesn't pull any punches, man.
Just get like actual comedians and just have them.
Right. I mean, that's to make the game better. Absolutely. I think basketball is on a downswing right now. In general, the league itself. I don't see, if you're not talking Golden State Warriors, who are you talking about? Little San Antonio and a little Oak City. Is that it? Other than that,
got the music computer over there.
Wow.
But yeah,
what was I saying, B?
Well, no, like I was saying though, is that they said before the dunk contest started, they're like, starting next year, I think we should have the dunk contest and then the 3-point contest, because that's the real main event. Because the dunk contest has been weak in the last 5 years, 5-10 years, but that was not a weak dunk. It was alive. Yeah,
that was, and all the dunks. I was trying to figure out. I couldn't even figure out what he was doing. Some of them were so quick, you didn't even see the ball go through the net. And he did the one I was telling before the show, that he took the one from the mascot sitting there. I can't even tell what it was. He was sitting there, took it out of his hand, spun around with a backwards dunk, and I was like, and he was airborne. I mean, it gotta be 3-4 seconds in the air, right? No, is that saying too
I don't know
much?
what that. I don't know time wise.
I guess not that long, but it just looked like it. You do that much spinning around, Well, it's good for the league. That's good for the game for now, especially with an all-star game like that where there's no defense playing. And like you said, players turning their backs to guys coming down the court. I mean, you're going to it's not even an exhibition when you do it that way, because in order for fans to see a good dunk, a good play, they want to see it against a defense. That's partially what makes the play good. You do it not when you're in an open court and guys are backing away as you're coming down.
I have a question. Is it only the dunk contest, and isn't it only the 3-point? Is that all they do?
No, they have a skills competition.
Yeah,
and they have
like the hockey.
And they have a celebrity game. They have I don't know if they still have that one. It's like a team shooting contest where it's like an NBA player, a WNBA player, a legend, and then a celebrity. I think they have all different types of events. NBA, they do it right. Their weekend, their whole All-Star weekend, is the best weekend of all the All-Star games. They have a lot of good contests, and it's.
No, the reason why I ask is because to me, that's the most enjoyable part of any All-Star game now has been the NHL skills competition, because it's different. I always thought it was different than anything. Let's face it, the worst thing now is the home run contest. Right. I mean, that's just horrible. What the hell do they do for football?
Yeah, well, they don't. They stopped playing that game in football.
I mean, is there any skills? Wasn't there a quarterback thingy not too long ago?
Yeah, that was.
They used to have.
They used to do the wide world of sports, or that was in the summertime. The quarterback competitions. They used to throw through some spinning tires and things like that.
Yeah, that kind of thing. when you look at it,
but people won't pay for a whole weekend of that. They're going to want to come and see a game. They'll come for the Friday, Saturday
exactly.
events, but they're going to want to see a game anyway. Like we talked about before, the NFL should make it a flag game. Flag football, and just let the players run up and down the field and have a good time. Mic up everybody, let them talk, that kind of thing.
I think it would be blast. I think it would be really cool because you can just let it be rough touch or whatever it is, and it'll be fun. That's what I'm looking forward to, because I mean, what they did to the home run contest makes it like it's pain.
I don't know what they're doing.
I don't even. It's so many damn
like a
rules.
round robin type thing.
I don't know.
And how slow can they throw them pitches?
And the ironic thing is, that's why you're pulling your back out so hard. Give me something about 85, 90 and see how far it goes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm over swinging to get it out of the ballpark and I'm blowing out my back.
But I was saying the one good thing about the NBA, or not the NBA, but just basketball in general, to where if you want to bring back like legend players and stuff like that, like at basketball's the one sport where you're pretty much still at the same kind of person. It doesn't take much. Like you can't bring an old baseball player in to come swing for the fences. He's going to hurt himself. You can't bring an old football player to come in to run some drill. They can maybe the quarterbacks can throw the ball.
Yeah,
but you're not bringing old receivers to come run routes against modern quarterbacks. But you could have Magic Johnson go out there and start shooting threes all day long. Yeah. You're still relatively the same person.
Yeah, if you look at it, you can find a niche for each sport to make it interesting. It's just how you want to package everything and make it enjoyable. I mean, because let's face it, we have said time and time and time again in this thing that the whole All-Star competition in all the sports is weak to begin with, because you cannot play the game the way it should be. And now, I mean, maybe, but ironically, if you look back through the years, you would see guys playing, at least in baseball, full blown. I mean, it was.
We mentioned this. I think it was last week. You can't fake baseball.
No.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like you get a hit or you don't. You're not just gonna jog from base to base.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah. I guess it's all about the and we're back on the video, by the way.
Fixed it. Look at you.
I fixed it. I fixed it on the move this time, dude.
Good.
Don't mess with me. Cashy is the king.
Stick and jab.
I'm the tech guy.
Please.
I'll kick that dog in the head.
Insult to all. That's an insult to tech guys.
Insult to dogs.
I don't think it was her, actually. I think it's just, it's YouTube. YouTube.
Just get rid of the U. Get rid of the tube, and it's just you.
YouTube. I think as long as there's no contact in the sport, they won't kill. Guys will play hard. But the thing is, I think about the NFL Pro Bowl. I can never remember a stretcher coming out. I can never remember a player. I mean, that I know of who ever got hurt, even when they used to play it for at least a little bit of contact back 10, 15,
only
20 years ago.
When Pete Rose ran it? That's the only one I can remember.
I'm talking about NFL. I mean, baseball, we know. Baseball, they play the game for something. The NFL, they're always worried. They want to play hard because they don't want to get hurt. That's the whole idea. If they didn't care about getting hurt, everybody would be slapping each other around. When you win the MVP of the NFL Pro Bowl, big deal. It's a little bit of cash in the trophy to picture. I mean, didn't Nick Foles win that thing 3 years ago or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who that gets
himself a truck, right?
And a trip back to Philly.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, I don't.
Don't even joke about that.
What's that?
So don't even joke about that.
Well, how can you joke about it? I'm still trying to figure out what a franchise tag is.
But we talk about for all the All-Star game, like what do you want the All-Star game to be? Do you want it to be a serious competition?
Yeah.
Or do you want it to be an exhibition?
I think just the announcement of it, like they do at the end of the year, the All-Pro team at the end of the year. Yeah. The show is, I guess there's money involved in here. Well, obviously, that's number one. No one, they're never getting rid of it as long as they're making an income. It's never going to go.
Look at it. I can imagine of all the sports that the NBA All-Star game is about celebrities buying tickets. I can see that because out of all the sports, it's the one where the celebrities are most involved in, right? Because you have big franchises in New York. Two in New York, two in LA.
You're talking about the NBA.
Yeah. Okay. And where these stars go, like Spike Lee sits courtside, and you got
let me just,
who in LA.
And the reason for it is because you can get celebrity people to come who sit on the side and be seen there. They don't get seen in a hockey game. There's glasses. Yeah. NFL stadiums too big. Baseball, if you're lucky to get behind the home plate, whatever seats there, you can be seen for the entire thing.
There are a lot of closet hockey celebrities.
They catch them now and then.
They catch them now and then, but like I think Bill Murray, there's a lot of them, especially in LA. shocked me that there were so many.
Listen,
that's what a cup does for you.
There's two spots in sports where you'll always be seen, and that's behind home plate when you're sitting, and on the one side of the NBA court where the camera just goes back and forth behind the benches. You're seen the whole game, So that's the big difference. Yep. The other sports you really don't get that, and there's no place else on the field that you can get seen like that. Camera just went off again. We're having a good time here with this.
Blame it on the weather.
Yeah, must be something going on.
Is that cold?
Must be something.
Leaky or freezy pipes? Is your camera going down? Call Castle Public Adjusters.
We'll get your lens zoomed in for sure. For the most part. I don't know, but it was like I said, I got a chance to build to
watch it,
and plus all the hockey I got to watch this weekend too.
You know what? While we're on the celebrities touching up with the thing. One of the coolest ones, I think, and I just saw a preview for it, the Celebrity Pro-Am for the golf thing coming up. Is that coming up like this weekend or it
just finished?
It did it? Oh, yeah. Of course, I missed it. I always thought that they were kind of cool because you get, I mean, talk about like spotlight if you're a celebrity and you want extra like FaceTime, I should say. I mean, those things are good.
They use the word celebrity very lightly. Chris Berman was there, so.
Oh God! Was he going? But?
He probably was. He put a camera anywhere near him. He'll say that.
But you got some guys. I mean, like we make jokes. What was it in Happy Gilmore, the movie that when he was fighting Bob Barker and a whole bunch of celebrity people in that. But like Bill Murray plays it every year, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yeah,
he's a good.
He plays
but good golfer, right? I'm assuming.
If you play that much.
Kevin Costner supposedly is a pretty good golfer. I don't know who was at this one, but. It's as far as celebrity goes, golf does a pretty good job of it.
The first break, I'll see if I can pull up some of the pairings for you.
All right, that'd be cool. Yeah,
there you go. Speaking of first, but let's take a break so I can organize this damn video here so everybody can see our lovely mugs for the rest of the night.
I don't know if that's a good thing, but
it's the only thing. What are you gonna do? What you got that? It can't be perfect. Not in my world, that's for sure. I'm Cashy King, Chef to Left, Brendan B, Mikey the Wall. This is the Sports Goombahs. You're with the tech master right now, Cashy the King. He's going to figure some stuff out here for you right now. We'll be right back. Avoid the hassle. Just call Castle Public Adjusters. Get the edge on your insurance company. 215-752-1237. That's 215-752-1237. Or check them out at castlepa.com. Don't settle for less. Get the maximum for your claim. Castle Public Adjusters. 215-752-1237.
Hey, yo, Cashy, what are you doing?
I got plumbing problems here. I can't get the water to go down the drain. What am I going to do?
Call Guaranteed Plumbing, 215-342-7200 for all your plumbing needs. Serving the Philadelphia area and the greater Delaware Valley.
What was that phone
number? 215-342-7200.
Oh, yeah, oh.
BZI Group, Inc. for your individual and small group health insurance needs. BZI offers free, instant online insurance quotes and applications from major health insurance carriers. The BZI Group is dedicated to a no-nonsense approach to health insurance. They focus on giving you the insurance you need in a timely and cooperative manner. Whether you're looking for individual and family, group, seniors, life, or long-term coverage, BZI can help. For additional information or to speak with an insurance expert, call 1-800- 431-4834 or email them at www.bzigroup.com.
When you need a good roof over your head, call Seal Roofing. They've been keeping folks warm and dry for many years now and are proud of their work. Seal Roofing and Contracting does it all, whether you need simple repairs before the next big season or a whole new roof. Maybe you need new siding or windows. You can be certain that when you hire Seal Roofing, you're hiring the best. Available 7 days a week with 24-hour emergency service and free estimates. Call 215-533-3300 215-533-4066. That's 215-533-4066, or visit sealroofing.net.
Sports Goombahs, Cashy the King here. Chef the Left, Brendan B. Mikey the Wall, rocking the 515 Studios. Trying to get this video together here. Beating me, man. Beating me up. So if we go off, so be it. Get a good look at us now, because we're going to go without video probably. It goes off again.
Take a good look at us.
Nobody
Unfortunately,
really care. They don't really care what we look like.
we'll be seared into their images forever.
Yeah, it's not like, I'm making funny faces. I'm making funny faces. I don't make funny
You have a
faces.
funny looking face.
Yeah.
Last thing before we get to the picture, quick, honestly, but the one thing I would want to see again in the NBA All-Star game, or like NBA All-Star weekend, really, just have like an 8-man or team tournament, like one-on-one tournaments, like, or 2-on-2 tournaments. That would be interesting.
That would be cool.
Tell me that would be fun.
What was that they used to
That's
do?
a good idea. I like that. 2-on-2s. Yeah, you get. Yeah.
Well, the problem is it's one-on-one.
Half courts.
Yeah, exactly.
Half court, just like
half
street ball.
courts. Got to take it.
What was that?
Take it back outside the 3-point line.
Wasn't there America's 3-man challenge or something like that? Didn't they used to do that?
Oh, sure.
Well, it might be before your time. Hell, it might have been before.
The only problem is I feel like one-on-one, the Stars wouldn't do it. They'd be too embarrassed. But 2-on-2, you could it'd be like you could have fun with it, and they give seeing this any parent.
I think that'd be really cool.
Like Steph and Carmelo on team whatever they want to be, and then you have Klay Thompson, LeBron, another team like this. That would be fun. I mean, that wouldn't be fun to watch.
It would be. I like that because when like a lot of people there were mixed reviews, but for the NHL one of bad, I didn't like it or whatever. But there were a lot of positive feedback. It kind of it made you pay attention to the game, and it was also cool that the guys played. Like an extra game moment. You got a lot for your money if you watch that NHL All-Star game. You got to watch 5-6 games. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And obviously I'm meaning it more for just as an event at the weekend, not the game itself to be that. But then that thing you could, if you just want to throw the game out entirely. See, I think the game, if you let it be what it is and it's just an offensive showcase, then that's fine. If you expect a real hard hitting game, it's just not going to happen. So. If I would say NBA All-Star game, leave the game the way it is because it's just about flashy dunks and 3-point contests and throwing the ball up to alley-oops.
I think look how it works for NHL, man.
But for the weekend, but for I think a good 2-on-2 tournament would be a fun.
Yeah, that's a
contest
great idea. Something like that. Even if they had to do 3-on-3.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wouldn't do 1-on-1. Just
a game of horse or something.
They did do horse before.
Did they really?
They did do horse.
That would be cool. I want to see.
They did horse before.
You know what? Because one of the best commercials we talked about Super Bowl commercials like last week, how they weren't good. But I do believe it was one. Remember, it was Magic and Bird playing horse or something
years ago.
And they were up and ended up being at the top of the stadium. Right. All right, out in the parking lot, through the window, bouncing off the scoreboard.
I would bring horseback. They had. I don't know why they got rid of it. It was fun.
I think that is the coolest thing because much like the dunk contest, or maybe a little bit different, but you get to see how creative guys are and how really talented, the stuff that doesn't lend itself to a traditional game, like the Globetrotter effect, you know what I mean? Because when you go to those games, you see stuff that obviously don't lend itself to a game. Spinning, like balls on your fingers and all these kind of through the legs crap. It doesn't work in a game, but it works for showmanship and it works for entertaining.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Cash, get to the picks here. Let's go.
Get to the picks. This is the pick session. And this is you know what? I'll tell you the truth. This week, we'll come back. We'll come back to Earth Week. You think? For the most part. I don't know. What are you gonna do?
How did you do last week?
Last week, we were 4-4. We lost you $105. 105 points.
Units.
Whatever, call whatever you want.
Yeah, we don't do real money here. Come on, that's illegal.
It's illegal. Yeah.
What are those little candy Smarties? Let's go. We lost 101 Smarties.
101 Smarties last week. This week I have a bunch of NHL games. Last week I got sloppy. It doesn't really matter which 4-4, which is it's not a losing week, but when in vig wise it is. This week I got a bunch of NHL games. I'm not in love with this week, but there's a couple games that stand out. Tomorrow I got a couple on today. Actually, one that's Chicago Blackhawks over 3.5 tonight. That game's on right now. I'm on that game. There's a couple more. If you go to our website, sportsgoombahs.com, click on the Cashy's Corner, you can see what else we're on tonight. Tomorrow night, Anaheim is going to drop into Edmonton. Edmonton's a sieve. We call Edmonton an NHL sieve. That's when the puck goes through all the players and the goalie for the most part. Anaheim's at a 3.5. That's the most you're usually going to see in an NHL game. Anaheim is on the road. They're very hot right now. They're scoring a lot of goals, and they're very close to becoming our new Dow Jones hockey team soon. Depending on how Chicago goes. Chicago's got a tough week. Not playing too many games this week, Chicago, so I don't think I'm going to be on them other than tonight. Go to over 3.5 against Edmonton. In Edmonton, I never like to take a win loss, and the laying. I don't know what the line is. I don't even look at the line. It's probably almost 200, 270, 175 to 200 for Anaheim on that one. Thursday night, I got a couple games I like. Washington and New York Islanders. The Islanders they're disappointing this year.
Yeah.
Last year they were strong. I thought this year they'd be one of the teams we'd have to look out for in the NHL, but obviously not. There's problems over there. Washington comes into town. I'm assuming it's going to be a 2.5. The under and over total goals in this game for Washington themselves be 2.5. I like that play. You're probably going to have to lay 150 or more on that to get that, but that's okay. The other game in the same night, Thursday night, the New York Rangers coming into Toronto, another sieve. Toronto never wins. They don't win anything. You know what I mean? It's like Donald Trump's version of United States. They don't win anything. They don't win here. They don't win there. They don't win anywhere.
They're the Cowboys
yeah,
since Jones took over of the NHL.
Two teams I like to be on the other side a lot now lately going down the stretch would be Edmonton and Toronto. Two teams that are probably, going to start to fight for the draft picks, anytime soon. I like the Rangers in this game to win it outright. I don't know what the line's going to be, but I like the Rangers to win there. Rangers play okay hockey. They miss Nash for sure. Yeah, obviously they do. And you can see it in the way they play. They don't really outscore. They outscore teams, but they don't, they're just about finishing. They took care of the Flyers the other night, which was, disgusting game as far as I'm concerned, for the most part.
And go ahead, finish your picks.
Saturday, I got Toronto again. Is going to be hosting Philadelphia. Here's a game I like the Flyers. They match up real well against Toronto. I like the Flyers in the over 2.5. I do not take Philadelphia when it comes to winning, losing hockey games. Very disappointing when you're on that side of them for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go near that.
But I would put on 2.5 goals. I think the Flyers will score a bunch of goals against Toronto. In Toronto, doesn't really matter with that team. The other game on Saturday would be Colorado. They are in Edmonton. They're visiting Edmonton, and once again, back on Edmonton again. There, the under and over in that game is 5.5, and I like the game total itself at 5.5. Colorado and Edmonton. And that's my picks. Love them, like them, don't like them, meet them. That's what they are. You got 5 good plays there. I actually got 6 good plays for this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good plays. I'm sorry. And they all like winners. Good. Colorado and Edmonton, the over 5.5 Saturday, along with the Flyers. And Toronto, I like the Flyers at the 2.5 team total. These will all be posted up on the site, and they can come down and they can be added to. Just let you know that. Just because they're put up here today, things do change as the week goes on, especially games that are past Tuesday. One I can guarantee you right now I will be on is that Tuesday night game tomorrow, Anaheim at Edmonton, the 3.5. That is up posted, and a line is out there. So those are my plays. Like them. Do what you want with them. They're free. They're from yours. And you can also, if you do feel that you need to take care of old Cashy for earning, we do have a donate button on the site. And I want you to know, if you donate $15 to $20 to Cashy the King, that gets you a T-shirt from the Sports Goombahs, and 1/2 of the money will go to breast cancer starting tomorrow from the Sports Goombahs. So if you want to, you go to Cashy King, what's it called? What's Cashy's Corner?
It's your corner.
Cashy's Corner. Come on.
It's not scripted here, Yeah, that's it. We're going to be giving away T-shirts. Any donation from $15 to $20 gets you a Sports Goombahs T-shirt, and half of that money will go to breast cancer starting tomorrow. That's from the Sports Goombahs because that's what we want to do. Mikey, how'd you do this week? I didn't even look at your line.
I went 2-1, so I won. I was on the positives.
Chicken dinner this week for you.
The only loss was, and it's funny because there was the game where I sat here last week and said this is going to lose. I said Xavier, who's 5th in the country, playing unranked Crate, is going to lose, but it was a pick 'em. So I said, I'm going to take the team that's 5th in the country. I know they're going to lose. They went and lost by a lot. They lost by like 15 points. And I'm going to continue to do that, though, because if you give me a team that's 5th in the country against an unranked team, and it's a push, it's a pick-em game, I'm always going to choose a 5th-ranked team in the country, and I'm always going to lose. That was the one when I lost. I won Akron over Bowling Green last week. They covered, and I also put up a Sunday night play. I took Miami Hurricanes. They were +1 against Florida State. They beat them. So they beat them outright. So 2-1 last week, and I got one play to start this week off with. I don't like too many things, but I've won Akron 3 straight weeks, I think, like that. So Akron again, why not? I don't know anything about Buffalo, but Akron is at home against Buffalo, and they're -9. It's a bigger line than I usually like. I usually try to do no more than like 4 or 5, but when a team has won you money 3 straight weeks,
give them a shot.
Just roll with them.
Yeah.
Like Cashy rolls with his hot teams. Roll the Akron. Akron's a new squad.
It's your Dow Jones.
There, I don't know. I'm like it's gimmick infringement. But yeah, so I'm gonna. So for only thing I have for now is Akron tomorrow night. So jump on them because they've been hot for me. So
Gotcha.
That's what I got.
That's our plays. That's our plays of the week.
And you know what? While we just talked about the basketball and then we talked about hockey and his picks and all that, let's do a mashup here. Did anybody see Evander Kane from the Buffalo Sabres? He got suspended from the team.
Yeah, I saw that. It was in the Wall Report.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I ruined it for you. Yeah, I just thought that was hysterical.
Yeah, so anyway, I mean, since you already brought it up, yeah, he had a game. He won, and he immediately flew on a private jet, which I don't know. He was big baller enough to get a private jet up to the All-Star weekend. Was partying way too hard.
And then missed the team game
and then
practice the next
day.
No
call, no show.
Yeah.
Now he called eventually, but he no showed the practice. Yeah. Got suspended.
Awesome.
As you said, that's the NBA All-Star weekend. It's like a big party. Is the MLB All-Star weekend's not like that. No one's like, oh, I gotta go party with, CC Sabathia, and Jorge Posada. Like, they don't. But no, NBA also game.
That's the party.
Yeah, it's a big party.
Where
NBA.
was it this year? It was in
Toronto.
Oh.
Drake was the master of ceremonies.
It's not that far.
Toronto's
I mean, I guess
it's a party town. Toronto.
Buffalo and Toronto are not very far. It must have been a half an hour plane ride across the lake, right?
And before we get any further in anything else sports, I don't know if you guys saw anything about this, but because I know you're a big Kanye West fan.
Oh yeah.
Did you see him going insane on Twitter?
About begging for money?
Listen, this is what happens when you vow with a Kardashian. Man.
See, we all call. I called this.
I'm just gonna read some of his tweets, and I'm starting from yesterday. He started off by saying, "Mark Zuckerberg, I know it's your birthday, but can you please call me by tomorrow?" Why would you tweet that? First of all, I'm sure you can get his number somehow. Somebody has it. Then he's you love my hip hop, you love my art, I'm your favorite artist. But what's he saying?
Is he though?
I guess so. World, please tweet him, FaceTime, Instagram, whatever you need to do. I need to get him to support me. I'm this generation's Disney. I love it. He's the least humble human being in the entire world.
Is this just a joke?
Is he really $53 million in debt?
No, because he later tweets. But yeah, he's basically, Mark, I'm publicly asking you for help. You guys need support me. I need let's see. I'm trying to read some more of his better ones here. Hey, Larry Page. I know Larry Page is another billionaire out there.
Right.
This is a really good one too, by the way. And if let's just say, for instance, Justin Timberlake put this exact tweet out, we would be crucifying him.
Yes.
You guys would rather open up a school in Africa than support me. He's mad at people for donating money to build.
To penniless.
He said, if you want to help
dying, starving kids,
we'd rather open one school in Africa. Like, that really helps. If you want to help me. I promise I'll make the world dope.
What?
He'll make the world dope again with his amazing music. He was a performer he was on Saturday Night Live this weekend. He was a performer. I watched it live. It was 2 of the worst performances. His music is awful. He has awful music.
Absolutely.
Don't tell Mikey Jr. That's his God.
No.
He loves him. Yeah.
That's it. Hit that automatic car carrier. I was going to give him the next breakthrough out.
But he loves Kanye. But yeah, this is what he says. I feel like rich people are too cool to ask other rich people for money. Like, because you don't need money. You're rich.
How about asking your wife?
I know. Then eventually he goes, yes, I am personally rich. Like, I can buy furs and houses for my family, but I need access to more money in order to bring my beautiful ideas to the world. I didn't misquote him. I read it word for word what he just said. Yes, I can buy furs and homes for my family, but I need more money so that I can bring you guys his beautiful ideas. He's insane.
That's what happens when you stare too long. You stare too long into the dark bleak abyss hole
If
that is a
I'm
friggin'
seeing-
Kardashian's vagina.
I'm
That's
reading-
what happens.
I'm reading more, and it's getting worse. He said, if I spend my money on my ideas, I can't afford to take care of my family.
What?
That's what he said.
Yeah,
if I spend my money on my ideas, I could not afford to take care of my family. Word for word, what he just said.
That's unbelievable. It's a joke. It's got to be another look. The Frank and Jenner ran out. You know, it's not a big deal anymore. The Kardashians aren't really doing much to do anything. They need something to get their name.
No, that's not true. I heard that. I saw. I was shopping at the store today. I went food shopping, and I was in the line there and I was perusing all the great literature and really good journalism that you see there at the checkout counter, and I saw that Kris Jenner, has got herself. She hid the OJ knife and all that evidence, and of course it was one of those trashy magazines that it's the headline.
Oh, of course, National Enquirer.
Yeah, National Enquirer.
Kris Jenner? Is that
the mom?
The mom.
The mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
The mom that was friends with her husband Rob Kardashian.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm getting a kick out of that, and she's got it buried somewhere in her backyard, and what do you call it? The Goldman family wants her to dig it up and turn it into the police.
Here we go.
I mean, man. So I guess Kanye didn't like that. He's trying to take the heat off old mom. You know what I mean? So
OJ's back in the news again.
yes. Oh, it's going to be one of those things.
Yeah, well, it's good for us. It's good material, you know.
He also said that the system is designed for colored people to fail.
Sure.
He said that too.
What
He also
color is that?
said he also told us all to shut the F up and enjoy his greatness.
Yeah, come on. You know,
He's a
what?
man from humble beginnings,
Hold on.
right?
I think it's all gig. It's all an act. It's all bit.
I
man.
think I got 38 cents at 12:38. I can donate to the cause.
Yeah, we
let's
need to
forget
get
$12.38.
we need to get a
No, but I tell
hashtag
you what,
started.
Send them
first.
send them a shirt.
Let's forget about cancer and taking care of the sports Goombahs and getting a shirt. Donate all your money to the sports Goombahs, and we're going to give it to Kanye West. How's that? How would that be?
He needs
Send
it.
them a
Yeah,
shirt.
Why don't we help him out?
Send him
man?
a shirt.
It's the least we can do for him. He's done so much for us and everybody else, you know.
Yeah, thank God, because he sucked up the last of the Kardashians, right?
Yeah, how do
That way he saved-
or the Kardashian
Mar-
sucked up the last of him.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Looks
just
like-
saying he saved somebody's life by dating her.
Yeah.
Here's a funny thing though. I just randomly searched Kanye West GoFundMe, and somebody did start one.
Stop.
They started a GoFundMe. Their goal is to raise $53 million to get him out of debt. It's raised $5 so far.
Nice.
I'm gonna donate some. They put the name of the donators on there.
Yeah, Ron Walker donated.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know who that is. It's a random guy. He donated
So-
$5. You could donate. I'd say $5 to
Yeah,
Cashy.
say sports
We should
Goombahs
tweet
on there.
Yes,
that
it
out.
would.
We should tweet that out. Ron, call us. We need to know why you don't. Why
I'm gonna
you
put the link to this GoFundMe on our Twitter right now.
There you go.
and have that guy call into the show. We want to know what made him go out of his way to tweet that.
Because we're saying his name right now.
Exactly.
For $5, I'll do it. That's what I'm saying. If I'm going to say the sports
Cashy
Goombahs,
the king.
Yeah.
And a
All right, so
crate of
I
oranges.
just tweeted it out. I said hashtag donate to Kanye. Support Kanye.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's the right thing to do at this time. Poor guy. I mean, look at that. Look at that picture. Look at his face. He's distraught, man. He's
Poe. He can't even afford the R.
getting no diapers for the baby. Think of the baby, man.
And he got another one.
Think of Little North.
Then there's another one, right?
Yeah,
there?
I don't know.
There's another one coming. It ain't.
No, they already have it.
Did they? The second one?
I
What, they're spitting out another one?
Yeah, you didn't know
Oh,
that.
now she owns them.
Oh God, she owned them
them.
from before. She owned them already. I'm just saying. I didn't know that she had one. Or I don't know.
It doesn't look like it's going to end good for old Kanye, does it?
I mean, and here's the worst part. He went
There's the worst
faster.
part.
He went faster than
Yeah.
everybody else. He went faster than it took Bruce 20 years to turn to a woman. And then what?
Saint was the other kid. There's
Saint,
Northwest and Saint West.
Here's what I'm thinking. As a human being, as a man, how do you get yourself married to that? Is that knowing what you know before you get into it? How do you go and be a part of that?
Worst part is you've seen the videos. You've known what's been there before you.
Yeah,
It's like, ew. Yeah. I mean, come on. Ew.
Why did he need her? Because if he didn't need her, that's not the best thing in the world.
I don't know if he needed her. She needed him. That's the weird part. Like, they're both independently well known enough and do their own thing enough that they don't need each other.
I'm sure she's not the greatest piece of ass in the world, man. She's not. She can't be.
You're finding
You know?
hotter girls on the Woman Crush Wednesday of the week.
Absolutely.
That's
I was just going to
show.net.
say, and she couldn't make that.
She never made it.
She would never make ours.
She never made it.
No way. Not a chance. She just doesn't have what we have. Although I'm looking on, who's this girl? This girl, hey, remember Vanity?
Yeah.
Who?
What's up with
The
her?
actress. She died.
When did she die?
No idea who that is.
Vanity. She was in a lot of 80s movies.
Yeah,
she-
it looks like a background performer from like a Thriller video.
Yeah. What's
I think she did a little singing too. She was in
what's her birthday? or
Action
something?
Jackson
Oh yeah, that's the girl. Yeah.
and
yeah.
one of the Schwarzenegger movies. Yeah. She's been out there.
She's been going for a while, right? Wonder why
But
it's
she
posted
had a
up there.
problem. She had some problems, I think.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Grammys are going on right now. By the way, I didn't even know that.
What?
The Grammys are going on right now.
Right now?
I know.
Yeah.
I knew
Huh.
about it, but
I never
you know,
watched those things. None of them.
No wonder.
Not
they're-
anymore. I mean, because it's not my genre.
It's all like Coldplay and Adele who wins. Like I don't listen to that stuff.
It's not. Well, it's not even that. I'm not like a big hip hop guy or anything like that either. But to me, like I don't mind. I don't mind that rap or anything gets nominated and all that. No, I can't tell you the last time like I heard anybody like. I guess it would probably be anything of rock consequence to me. That what's that? The guys that sing Radiohead was probably the last one of any consequence that won that.
Yeah, I don't listen to any kind of music though. The kind of music I listen to is not going to be nominated for Grammys. That's for sure.
Bieber, right?
Oh.
Oh,
What's the matter with you?
I love
Sorry.
Bieber.
I said the B word. Sorry.
You're
We're talking, but in context. We're not supporting him or saying anything. We're just stating a fact.
One of your brothers is posting some crap up here on Facebook from the Grammys for us.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Who
supposedly is it?
It's brother number 27.
Yeah. No, I meant who the act is. Who's he posting?
It's Dougie Davis.
Who the hell is Dougie Davis?
That's Nirvana. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what he's posting up to.
Tim?
Something- Yeah. Text him, see what he's doing. I don't know.
You don't
Yeah,
even know.
I can't remember the last Grammys I watched. I don't remember. It's got to be 20 years ago, maybe. I don't watch them at all.
I would watch like the MTV ones way before I watched that because MTV
Yeah.
ones are like at least
It's chaotic.
yeah, they're at least entertaining. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's
boring.
you know what it is, Catchy? It's David Bowie night. Like
is
a
it?
lot of people are
Oh,
they're gonna be
great.
doing a lot of tributes.
What, the Grammys?
To
Oh, yeah.
David Bowie stuff. I did want to see some stuff, and that particular
Yeah.
one he posted was David Grohl,
Oh, that's right.
Pat
yes.
Smear,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Chris
Pap smear.
Pat Smear.
Pat
I mean,
Smear.
I don't know. That's I'm just reading it, man.
That's
And
how
they're saying the
started,
man who sold the world, Dave Grohl,
Yeah,
at a tribute to David Bowie. So
Yep.
cool.
Moving back to sports. So.
absolutely.
Phillies announced their little
Wall
wall of fame.
Yeah, which confused
The
me a little bit.
illustrious,
Yeah. Let's see. This
star-studded.
Who they put up here? Steve Bedrosian. That's a fact.
Bedrock.
These are
Bedrock,
nominees. It's obviously
Nominees,
let's-
yeah.
Now, okay, go ahead.
Larry
Finish it.
Christensen. Yeah. Jim Fergozzi had one winning year. Gene Garber, who can remember him? Jim Constanti, one of those old-time Phillies from the 40s. Fred Luteris.
Look, if you haven't gotten it in 70 years, it's not. You're not getting in.
Well, I mean, like I'm saying, the list is thin. Ron Reed. I mean, what was he? Ron Reed was here for what, 7 years?
In
It was a terrible picture,
in the
man.
70s, right?
Yeah, he was just Scott Rowland. He's the only All-Star on this list. Oh no, actually, there's more coming up.
Bedrock was an all-star.
Steve Bedrosian was an All-Star.
He was the all-time saves leader until Mitch Williams.
Well, first of all,
I think, right?
he was an Atlanta Brave first before he came here.
I mean, for us, I mean, his single season save record was like that's who Lidge and everybody beat, right?
Was it Bedrosian? I know.
Yeah, it was.
So
let me
then the
check.
next person is
I already have it.
Jim Thome. Yeah, Jim Thome. We could slap him up there for old time's sake. He was only here for a few years, 03 to 05, and he came back at 12.
Yeah.
I remember he came back for a little stint. Yeah. Manny Trio, the only one on here with a World Series ring. Oh, Scott Rowland has it, but he has it with St. Louis, not with
Not
the
with
Phillies.
us, yeah.
Right. Jim Thome have a World Series ring with anybody?
I don't think so. They played for like the White Sox and a bunch of random
Cleveland, a lot of
teams.
years with
Indians.
Cleveland. Yeah,
Cleveland
no,
never won.
He has no. Picky Winky.
Is that a real name?
What's that?
Piggy Whitney.
Oh,
From 1928. I'm sure he'll be happy to be there for that. Rick Wise. Once again, he's got that no-hitter. That's about all I remember from Rick Wise as a kid. You know, he did 2 stints.
but is that enough? Is that being in the Hall of Fame and in history books? Is that enough to get you up on the wall? Though?
Here's the reality of it, okay? Scott Rowland, he's not coming here to get that done. He hates his town. He hates everything about Philadelphia.
He may come.
You
He
think
might
would
come for that.
Kurt Schilling came.
Yeah, but Kurt Schilling's here and there. He comes on radio shows. He does appearances. He's still got a little Philadelphia. Rowland, I think once he left this town, the only time he came back here was when the team came back, and that was it. And that was a sour situation with him. You know, it was no
Well,
good.
the fans were upset,
Right.
but when he sat there, and let's face it, he said it straight up. I don't think you guys are going to build a championship, and this turf is going to kill me. It's going to ruin my career, and that's the reason why I went out.
Yeah.
It's not like he did anything shady. He just said straight up, "I don't think you're serious about building a championship."
When did he win his World Series? Before the Phillies did, right?
What?
I'm not
Scott
sure.
Rowe, when did he win his World Series?
After.
Before.
Right. St. Louis won it after the Phillies, did they?
Yeah, they won like
Yeah, but he wasn't on that,
2003-ish.
on that team, right?
No.
Yeah, he was with St. Louis since 03.
03.
Yeah.
Since 03? No.
Yeah, we traded him in 02.
Okay, so he won the World Series prior to the Phillies winning the World Series. So the Phillies did win the World Series. They did build a team after all.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did. He just felt like they never were
So
going
on this list, I think the person that's going to draw the most people out, because that's what this is about, filling the stands. I think they're going to put Manny Trio up there because he's got the World Series ring from the Phillies, and is he the only one on that infield that's not up there? Is Bo up there?
Bo is up there.
Bo is Schmidt.
Hold up, I got the list.
And who's the first baseman that year? John. Who's the first baseman?
Rose.
The World Series Rose, and he's up there too.
No, he's not.
Oh, wait, he's not allowed to be up there.
He's
That's
not allowed
right.
to be up there.
So theoretically, the whole infield's up there, really.
The whole infield and
Gary Maddox.
And the outfield?
Gary Maddox is up there.
Only one that isn't up there is Bake McBride. He's the only one. The Bull's up there.
The Bull's up there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that would put the whole team up there.
So that's what I think.
For,
I think this is the year. You know, this looking at the crew on this list
and the manager. Yeah.
What manager?
Fugosi.
That's a 93 team.
Dallas Green's up there already. I'm saying that would put the
whole starting
infamous
there,
80 team up there. So
it's
a good call.
Yeah. So I think the trio gets put up there because he still has popularity as far as guys like me or older.
Yeah, older.
Yeah, right.
The ones with the money.
Younger guys have no idea who.
That's basically. But who's going to go up there? Roland.
You think Roland will go up this time?
Yeah.
I don't think Roland will go up there because he was at odds with the franchise. I don't think he's going to go up there. That's why. He might go up there later on in life, but at this point right now, I don't think he's going to go up there because of that reason. And politics is involved in this. Jim Thome, I don't know. They could put Jim Thome since he was such a good guy.
They could.
He was a good player. He led the league in home runs right as we got here.
But what's that?
He led the league in home runs.
And then he hit his 600 here.
Right.
He hit 600. His 600th one was here.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah,
he did a lot. And then
of his
hits were here too.
As for that Bedrosian guy, yeah, he was the saves leader, but he wasn't broken by Lidge or any of them. Eventually, Papelbon did pass him, but somebody else did. Somebody else broke it in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Mitch Williams, right?
No. Mitch Williams was one save short.
Yep, that's right.
Somebody who's now second all time on the Phillies saves list.
Yeah, Mesa. Jose Mesa.
Mesa. Yeah.
Right. Well, Mesa played for a lot of teams.
He had an extra finger. I think.
No, that was Al Fonseca.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
An extra finger.
Yeah.
An extra finger.
And Mesa only played 3 years here.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was short.
And that shows you how good
3 years. Why isn't he on this list?
Because
and he always wore that. Remember, he had a home glove and an away glove.
Yeah, he always had the colorful gloves.
But now, if you were talking about who down the line, who would you put up there?
For
not
that one. I want to say down the line. I'm saying just like for right now. If I had to come up with my own like nominees or whatever it's called, whatever they're calling
somebody on that list that should be on isn't on there.
Bobby Abreu should be there 100%.
Interesting.
Bobby Abreu.
Why you say that?
Why wouldn't you say that?
He owns most of the Phillies records and individual records.
Well, not because it's like old time days. They don't.
No,
count.
I'm just saying.
But like
old? Bobby Abreu's not that old.
No, I'm saying no.
Yeah, he is.
No,
he's
no.
50.
That's not what I said at all.
No, but old time.
He doesn't have any of the records because Philly's been around since 1880.
Right.
That's why he doesn't own that record. It's because all the guys from the 20s did it.
Is Bobby Abreu's batting average like one of the best Phillies?
Yeah, one of the best. Like he's on base center is one of the best in
Yeah.
baseball ever.
And he has never won anything. I think has he won a World Series?
I don't think
the
so.
Yankees. He was not.
I don't know if he did. I was just thinking that he was.
Bobby
with them.
Abreu's thing was he was a stats guy for sure. Definitely stats. That was his.
Yeah, but he was like our first star player when we were awful for 10 years.
Right.
And he was here that whole time.
Yeah,
too.
he was here the whole time. I think Abreu has to be on that list at least.
Oh, he's not.
Oh, I'm saying he has to be.
Yeah.
We're coming up with our own list now, are we not?
Well,
I'd put him over whatever random guys you threw at me.
Do you have to be out of baseball a certain amount of time?
That's the thing. That's why I didn't put. Obviously, I'm not going to put Halladay and guys like that on my list because
they don't do no criteria on here as far as I can see.
No, they don't.
But most of these players look like they've been out.
Bobby Abreu's top 10.
Tell me, how long has he been out?
He's been on baseball for like 4 years, maybe.
Well, then that must be. Well, if he's on here, then that must be it, or 4 years or 5 years, probably.
Because obviously, if we're going future, Otley's going to be there. Rollins will be there. Yeah. Halladay, Hamels, all those guys will be there, but obviously they're not really eligible.
Do they have any retired numbers up on there?
Yeah,
retired numbers. Yeah,
not many, right? Just
6. I just had it, and I just
they'll
have Schmidt. Well, they didn't retire like the old timers, Chuck Klein and Alexander. They just have the old school P as their thing. But
I think Chase Utley will get his number retired here.
Yeah,
I think so. He's definitely in that. Ryan Howard,
Rollins for sure.
Yeah, no, that whole World Series team is going to be.
Howard's number.
Why not? He's a home run king.
I still wouldn't retire it.
If he breaks the home run record,
yes, then I'll retire it. But he hasn't
break the home run record. Single season?
No, Phillies, but he's not going to.
Yeah.
How much does he have?
He's
like
got 3. No, he's not
100 short.
He's like 200 short.
No,
so that's not gonna happen. I know, but I'm saying, but he has 357 home runs. If he gets to 400 home runs, you retire his number.
So
he hit 59, 58 or 59 in 1 year, right?
Yeah, like 58.
58 home runs. That's a lot of home runs. That warrants something from me. That's a lot of home runs.
If he can muster another 43 home runs in his career, he'll get 400 for his career.
Yeah,
400 home runs in a ring gets your number retired.
They will retire that starting lineup eventually, just like they're going to do the 80 team. They're going to retire the World Series.
But what I'm saying, he's not. He's low. He's lowest on the list.
Yeah,
to me, I would retire Juge's number before.
No, stop it.
No,
I would.
He's awful. Stop it. Why do everyone love him so much?
No, he's not awful.
He's not awful.
He's awful.
No,
you don't catch 2 no-hitters in a perfect game.
He's awful.
You get on there just because you had that many no-hitters.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here the retired numbers. Catch here: Ashburn number 1, Bunning 14, Schmidt's 20, Carlton's 32. Robbins 36, and of course everybody in baseball retired. Jackie Robinson 42.
Rollins, when did they do his number?
Well, they didn't retire his number.
What did you say?
Robinson.
Oh,
Roberts. I'm sorry.
Rollins still playing.
I was going to say he's still playing.
But Rollins will get a number.
Put it past the Phillies to get people in there to retire his number. The next couple of years they got to fill some seats over there. Although this year I'm packing up on some seats. I'm going to be a part of this rebuilding that's going on down there.
It's a real noble job of you.
Well, that's what I want to do.
But the guys I have on my mock, Wall of Fame induction list, I had Abreu on there. I have Scott Rowland should be on the list. Jim Thome should be there as well, so they're already there. The 2 other ones that are not on the list that I would put, Brad Lidge. I think Brad Lidge should be on there.
Yes.
Even though he didn't break the records for saves, he had the one, the magical
perfect
year.
Season.
Perfect season, World Series champion, and also I had Brett Myers. I think Brett Myers. I think we kind of
underrated Brett.
Yeah,
Myers.
we kind of we turned on him too quickly because we got Cole, and Cole is a new sexy toy to play with, and then
I'll give you that.
We kind of get Brett Myers. He had good numbers for us.
Yeah, I like Brett Myers. I was upset that
he's like top 10 strikeouts and all those kind of things, and then he even closed for a year, so he's versatile.
Yeah, I like it.
See, thanks.
Yeah,
he appreciates my list, Cashy.
Sure, I do. I appreciate everything.
You got any names I'm missing?
Do we think they should be retired?
No, that number's retired. This is Wall of Fame. This is
Wall of Fame.
Whole different ballgame.
Yeah, okay.
Because we're going numbers retired. Brett Myers, I'm going to laugh at you for saying that.
Yeah. The only
Brett Myers. He's out, right?
He's out.
He's just out because he's injured. He's just no.
He's
good.
like late 30s.
Is he that old already? Boy,
yeah.
Remember when he was just first year? Remember that first year in the year?
Come on, he came in when he was like 3-4 years in when Utley was a rookie.
Yeah.
So that just shows you Utley's on his way out, and so is J-Rowe. So just go show you right there.
I can't think. You made you made your list of things said something about players that when your list of stuff that you gave me.
Yeah.
Interesting one.
But that should have had better careers.
Yeah, something like that. I thought
that
was
have some good ones there.
And there's a bunch of them. I was reading about one right now.
Philly, did you say Philly ones? I did all Philly ones.
No, I said in sports in general.
There's some articles coming about. I think Eric Lindros.
Eric Lindros is definitely number one, even though how good he was. Imagine if he'd have kept his damn head up.
Yeah, and there's a article coming out about him and his whole.
I saw that, and I'm so
Here's
looking forward to reading
when he came into the NHL, the euphoria, the new stadium, they're stealing him off the Rangers, so to speak. That whole thing that went down where the Rangers and the Flyers up against each other, and Clark and Snyder won out. Again, I don't know who was the Rangers general manager at the time.
Sather?
I don't know if it was or wasn't, but that was a big deal. Once they got him, the Flyers needed him so bad to sell out that building that they just built over there, and it did. And if that rookie year was
and haven't looked back since, yeah.
And he went to the Stanley Cup that year, and they should have beat a Detroit team. They were better than that Detroit team, and they got wiped out 4 games. And it was never the same after that. After that series, and then after the hit in New Jersey,
he kept playing. The problem was Eric Lindros's career would have been so much better and so much more great if the frickin' Devils were in a different division.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
Well, Scott Stevens put him out of misery.
Exactly. It was Scott Stevens. How many of? I think he might have. It was 2. He might have even been 3 hits that really messed him up.
And then after took him out. Yeah, I was there that day, man. And the blue line took him out, man.
And now that's like a 25-game suspension that hit.
It
you know.
Is. Well, the thing is too. I think is and you'll read it in the article too. The parents meddled into everything, man.
Yeah.
The Flyers were brawling back and forth, all the way up to line changes, things like that they wanted done. They wanted certain guys on certain lines and that kind of stuff. All that went on inside those years with him. But coming to hockey, I mean, when he was supposed to be the next one. That's what they said. He was going to be the next great player.
He was one of the few people that actually lived up to his hype. He was the triple threat.
Yep.
In hockey, he could kick your ass fighting.
Yep.
He could score. He could check you on. I mean, because there hadn't been anybody. I mean, you look at like Mario Lemieux, finesse player, Yager, finesse player.
Right.
I mean, I'm talking, and then look at half the Edmonton Oilers
Mark
team.
Messier was the closest that came to the way Lindros played hockey.
Closest, but he was also a foot shorter than him. You know what I mean?
True.
Lindros 6'3", 230. There hadn't been a hockey player that could skate as fast as he was and hit like that. There wasn't anybody up until that point, and that's kind of like what flipped the switch on hockey. All of a sudden, you start getting bigger guys. You know, it was all about checking after that. Like boom, 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 all that whole '90s and early 2000s. Now it's back to that. It's funny how they keep flipping back and forth. Now it's kind of back to the high flying stuff where they don't want to slow you down because they look back to those glory days.
Fighter he was too. Not even stocky.
My
he
God.
could fight. He could drop the gloves and go, man. He was.
And he wasn't afraid. It was like, all right. Here's the funny thing: you got a line, Legion of Doom.
Right.
It was him, Leclerc, and what do you think happens? Somebody checks Michael Renberg, and what happens? Lindros dropped the gloves and went right after him. I mean, this is your one. He was the epitome of what a captain was. I guess.
We went to those games.
Just fond memories of him, don't you?
Oh, I loved him.
I bought season tickets because of him.
It's like the same kind of affection that somebody would have for AI. That was a big basketball junkie. Because even I can sit there and go, and I wasn't a basketball fan, sit there and look at AI with the same thing and go, damn, if they'd have given you something, anything, one more guy, how many championships would Philly have? And damn, if you didn't skate with your head up, how many championships we would have had? Because, you sit there and look at it. And ironically, on that same list, I have Bobby Abreu.
For guys who we think were on,
I don't think that he even reached his potential. I think he got to a point where he was really, really good. I just think I saw him lollygag a lot. I saw him. I mean, I liked him.
Abreu?
Yeah,
oh, absolutely.
I saw him lollygag, glide. Maybe he made it just look effortless.
He was
a glider.
He was good. He went through the motions.
Yeah,
he got picked off a lot. He was.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, his mind was in other places a lot of times.
But he had the skills to be better than that, and that's what I thought. If you're talking about careers that could have been like so much better, I'm sitting there going, man.
And just to fill people in, I sent you guys.
Little Ritalin would have went a long way with that guy.
I sent you guys a list of just categories of topics where we're going to do 5 lists of 5 things. And so we already did the Phillies Wall of Fame list that we would put on there. And now if we're doing for guys who were just busts or who could not so much bust, but you thought would have been better. And you said you have Lindros and Abreu. Who else you got on there?
Who else do I have? Here we go. Marco Carter Williams.
Yeah, look,
then
it's funny. I looked him up today because they were talking about him on a show. So I walked up to the Milwaukee line. I wanted to see what he was doing. I haven't heard his name mentioned. He's an 11-6 guy. 11.6 assists a night, and that's it. Milwaukee's they're a rotten
So you
team.
took us in like a Philadelphia way.
I did.
That's fine to do.
I thought that's what we were going.
No, that's fine.
Local.
You can go either way. Anybody else you have? Before I get to my list,
Ryan Howard.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at it.
It's disappointing.
As you sit there and go, okay, I'll take the first 3 years and then give me the last 3. And I'm like, it's not even the same player. And I don't know if it's work ethic or whatever it is.
That torn Achilles.
Yeah, that torn Achilles, whatever.
Ryan Howard came up late too, so he had a lot of home.
He didn't get into it until he was like 25.
Yeah, so he had a lot of years where they kept him down there while Jim Thome was up here. Yeah, it made a difference.
Remember when they tested Howard out in the outfield in the minors? Those throwing left and right field. Like, come on. Imagine his big ass chugging around the left and right field.
Yeah, I flashbacks. We called it Carmelo Martinez.
That's all. Anybody else you got?
Kevin Cobb.
Kevin Cobb.
Kevin Cobb.
I thought a lot of people thought he was going to be better. That's actually a good one. If you're going just Philadelphia only.
I'm just going Philadelphia.
A lot of people thought he could be better. No, there was no misread. I didn't give any instructions.
So Lindros, Howard, Cobb, Michael Carter Williams, and Abreu. That was my
so
five.
I did just all of sports in general. A couple of you guys are not even going to care about or even know. So my number one was Matt Leinart. I thought Matt Leinart was going to be the second coming of like Elway.
Like the party though.
Yeah, he did like the party, and he didn't have a strong arm.
Yeah.
I thought Matt Leinart. I would have put money that he was going to be a stud. And he was out of the league in 4 years.
He's doing college. Isn't he? He's like
he could be. Yeah, he's got
he's
a good looking guy. Some football.
That's part of his problem.
Yeah. Well, I know, but it helps you. Post career helps you. You're probably gonna know this one, but Sebastian Telfair. I don't know if you remember him at all.
Ball player.
They had a whole
he came
ESPN,
out of New York as one of those
point guard.
He was in that league they had down there. They had that. It's like the one N1 league.
AAU or
well, no, the N1 was like a Coca-Cola league. Where
they had a documentary about him on ESPN. That was his high school. As a high school.
Stefan Marbury's nephews. That's what he was.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the next big point guard.
And what happened to him?
He wasn't very good. He's out of the league. Yeah. He bounced from like literally team.
No college, right?
No, he went to Louisville for a year, I think. Or no, I think he committed to Louisville, but he didn't go. He came right out of high school. I have two teammates, and they're drafted back to back. Joey Harrington and Charles Rogers for the Lions. You may not remember Rogers. Rogers was a wide receiver. He was like third overall at Michigan State. Dude was a phenom. He never played it. But I thought Harrington, same thing as Lyon. I thought he was gonna be so good too. And then the last guy, Mark Pryor. What a sad I thought Mark, because he came in the league, lighting the league on fire. Then he unfortunately crashed into Marcus Giles, running the second base, threw his shoulder out, and he never.
That was the end of him. Yeah,
he was out of the league by 26.
Yeah, he's soft.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Is there any end of the list you want to get into next? We'll go back. Let's stay with Philly real quick. With the Philly untouchables. Granted, we don't have untouchables in Philadelphia.
I mean, to me, Fletcher Cox.
I Fletcher's my
if you don't have Fletcher Cox, drop your mic and walk out.
Granted,
I like who's that flyer at the fireman watch. Gosh, what's his name?
Gosper.
Yeah, I think he's.
I didn't put him on there only because hockey as a whole, I would trade the entire team. Because I don't mean trade the team. I mean like relocate the team, go to a different city and get away from me. So that's the only reason I didn't put him on there. I'm aware that people love this kid. Apparently, he's like the second coming of Jesus.
He's very well. He's like he's on a 22 point streak right now.
No, but
he scored yesterday.
He lost it.
I thought he scored yesterday.
He didn't. No, he didn't. I saw the news.
Giants Rangers game, but he had a 20-point.
Yeah, it was a rookie defensive record.
Yeah, he's good. He's very good. He's got 4 game-winning goals.
I wouldn't know.
For a rookie, at least 4. 3 were in overtime. So he's a good kid.
I'm aware that he's good.
I have him, and I have Voracek. I don't have Giroux on there.
Ugh.
There were the 2 I have. I'll tell you why I don't have Giroux, because I would gladly give up Giroux for somebody that can shoot.
Whatever you.
And if you're looking at it, I can build around Voracek.
Bucket of pucks.
Yeah, bucket of pucks, whatever.
That's the truth, man. I agree with you 100%. I've been wanting to get rid of.
I said it 4 years ago, and I got crucified for it.
We talked about it on the radio.
You've mentioned this a couple times here.
Yeah.
After the Stanley Cup run, man, the year after that, it was a little disappointing.
Should have sold high. Should have sold high.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I get the point. Like a lot of people were saying, trade. What do you call it, Simmons? Hell no, I ain't trading.
All we got.
I ain't trading Simmons. He's the only one that could put the puck in net anymore.
Is he on your untouchable list?
He's not on my untouchable list, but
you know what? Here's a good point. In hockey, with a team that is as bad as this one, there is no untouchable.
Well, to say,
except for rookies.
There are no untouchables in Philadelphia. There are all, even Fletcher Cox. If somebody said, "Yeah, I'll give you,"
it all depends.
A star for me, of course you're going to.
But your starting point, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but your starting point,
untouchable for the team, not so much for the sport.
Exactly.
Yes.
You got anybody else? Before I get into my list,
I have Fletcher Cox and Michael Franco.
Yeah, I have Franco on mine as well. Michael Franco.
He's still on the door over there.
Is he? I don't know. Your door's not open.
No, the door on the side there.
Oh.
What are those? What do you call
those? Because I just
think fatheads.
Fatheads, yeah.
Nice.
I just think that's that's a good starting point.
It is a good starting point.
It's a very in all sports. I mean, especially we're 3 out of 4 teams we think are rebuilding.
No, it's 4 to 4.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what I mean. We don't know where we stand on the Eagles yet, but we know that the 3 of the 4 are already in the process.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, we were in the process. Then Peterson got hired. Now he's going to restart that process again. So we know where let's go. Sixers are 3 years in. Phillies are 2 years in. Flyers are 1.5 in to maybe 2. Let's go with 2. So they're all in. Only part of any of this that makes anybody untouchable, and I say this is because they're your starting points.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, that brings me to my 4th one / 5th one. I don't care. Pick one. I like Noel better than I like Okafor. I realize Okafor has better talent, but if you had to nail me down, I would say Noel.
Yeah,
because I think he's to me he's more entertaining to watch, and he won't get in a fight after the game.
We're gonna hold up against him for his career now. My Philly untouchable. And again, I didn't put any prospects because I mean the Phillies have like top because I don't know if you saw this. The ESPN's guy Keith Law. He's a minor league guy. The Phillies have the number 6 farm system in baseball. Yeah,
because of all the prospects that we traded for.
I didn't put any of them because it's not fair. You're not really affiliate. You're just a Reading affiliate.
Yeah,
Fighting Phil, whatever you want to call him. So my 5, I would say Fletcher Cox, and I do have Mike Alfranco. I actually have Okafor on mine. So I have Jaleel Okafor.
Could have went either way,
yeah. And actually I have Joel Embiid.
Okay.
And that's only because you have to see what he can do first before you can move him.
Exactly.
And God forbid you move this guy, and he does get healthy.
My backup one,
and he does become the next Olajuwon, like they say.
And you're like,
and you're just like, wow. Like
we've done that. That's so stereotypical Philadelphia.
So you just can't move him yet till he's officially either retired or you've seen him play and he's not very good.
Yeah. See, and when my pick, I said either Noel's or Okafor. I'm gonna fully admonish the fact that I don't know enough about basketball to know which one is long term more valuable for your team.
Okafor is he's a legit big man, 20 and 10 type big man. And my last guy I have Aaron Nola, the pitcher. He was good last year, and arms are young arms are, and it's a first round pick. The pedigree's there. He should be good. We'll see about that. So those are my meaning. It's sad. We did the same list 5-10 years ago. It would have been Iverson, McNabb. It would have been
my God. I don't
know
if McNabb would have been on my list though.
Now it's well, you
it's you hated him, but in reality,
no, I didn't hate him.
But look at the quarterbacks that have followed him since then.
Yeah.
Everybody always roots for the backup. The backup is the most beloved quarterback, or the most beloved position in the Eagles. Until you put him in there, and it's Mike McMahon or it's Jeff Garcia.
Mike McMahon, good.
The bionic quarterback.
And then you're just like, oh, geez, and it's Kevin Cobb, and you're just like, oh, Jesus, that's bring that back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Out of Rutgers, Mike McMahon, your local boy.
Absolutely. I can't think of anybody else right off the top of my head here. As far as untouchable, I look at all the different teams, and that's when. Yeah, like you just said, you ask that question now when everybody's at the bottom. Pretty much.
You get more answers, I guess, when you're at the bottom like that.
Yeah, you do.
Because it's who do you really value? There's
what? Well, okay, because let's just think. How would you like to be any one of the GMs right now?
I'd love it.
I mean, because now you got to sit there. You looked at they have 11 of the Phillies have 11 of the top 100 or 12 of the top 100 prospects in all baseball. That's amazing. That's awesome. The Flyers have really have some really stud defensemen in the minors and all that, and they got 7 or 8 good prospects coming up the line. I don't know anything. I don't know how basketball works if they have a minor league system, but you look at what
not really. They do.
You look at Noel's. I'm smart enough that Noel's and Beebe and Okafor. That's a really damn good starting point to me. I don't know shit about basketball. And then I look at the Eagles, and I'm terrified. And I sit there and go, you know what? There's
got a really good defensive tackle, though.
Yeah.
What does that get you?
I mean, I've got a couple studs on there. It's just a matter of holding on to them long enough to make a difference in your team. Or by the time your team is relevant, are they going to be old news? Are they going to be beat up and gone?
Yeah.
Done.
Before we get to the wall report, I was going to see if you're going to squeeze one more list in there.
I got it.
I don't know if you either want to go with stadiums or arenas that you want to go to, or do you want to go with Game 7 starters in baseball?
Well, all-time Game 7 starters?
No, we'll get to that. That'll be another one.
All right.
All-time game
last
7?
20 years.
Last 20 years.
Do you want to do that one?
Yeah, last 20 years. Like
so it's Game 7 of the World Series. You got to throw a starting amount from the last 20 years. Who are your top 5 guys? I can tell you mine.
I'm going to throw.
If you like.
To me, in the last 20 years, I had to go Randy Johnson.
I have him on my list. Yes.
Yeah.
Randy
That's what I would take. Randy Johnson. A good. Yeah.
He's my top 5. I also have Roger Clemens.
That was
I have
with or without PEDs.
Yeah. What?
With or without the juice.
I don't care. He played.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I just
he played with it.
I know.
Doesn't matter
can't
anymore.
take it away from him now.
Yeah.
I'd say Greg Maddux. In my top. Yeah. I
was tweeting between Maddox and
you got Pedro. Pedro in his prime.
Yeah.
And a recent one, Clayton Kershaw.
Correct. The reason I'm with Johnson is because he was,
Yeah, I mean,
he was intimidating too.
He was.
Not just as a pitcher, but he could.
And if you needed him to win one game,
he was one ugly motherfucker up there.
Yeah.
That made a difference. If you look up at him bad, you're like, oh, fuck, man.
See, I had Schilling, bloody sock and all.
Got Schilling on the list.
I had Schilling because he was gnarly like that. He just didn't.
Who on mine did you not have? That should take off.
He was what? Gnarly.
He was gnarly. He had that gnarly attitude he had the same attitude that you would have from Randy Johnson. He just still wasn't 6'19" and
I'm taking
bloody and ugly
Johnson.
enough.
I'll take Johnson over him.
Because Johnson looked like a freaking alien
6'10",
from Sci-Fi
190.
Network.
He's so thin.
6'19".
His arm worked. He had that big release too, man. There's all when it comes to pitching too. There's that. What's going on when a ball gets you. All that action goes on.
The arms and legs flailing.
Yeah, there's I don't know.
Not to mention he could throw 98 miles an hour.
Well, I had
was
Riviera.
Well, he's not. This is starting.
Oh, starters.
Yeah, this is the
okay.
ninth. If it's a ninth inning, Rivera's
Yeah.
number 1.
I take we're not doing as far as closers are. There's Rivera and then everybody else.
Yeah, there's nobody else.
Right. It's like that list that
No, I didn't have mine wasn't much different. So
yeah, I mean those are the easy.
You didn't have that, but I had what do you call it? Randy Johnson too.
Yeah,
so.
I had Randy Johnson. Yeah,
and Clemens. I met Clemens. He was real cool. So
did you?
Yeah, he did a nice little sign.
That's not criteria. You met him,
but
it helps. It helps.
It helps because he sat there and he went, "All right, come on, one more picture." I'm like, "All right."
He wanted another picture with you.
Yeah,
freaking cheater. He's a freaking cheater, man. That's what he was, a cheater. Goddamn cheaters.
Wait a minute. You didn't care that the Patriots cheated.
They didn't cheat.
I didn't cheat. I didn't see. Did you see? I think
they
didn't got. Anybody
didn't they get fined?
Fined for what? No,
for supposedly cheating.
Did they get fined?
Supposedly. Yeah.
So
supposedly.
Wow.
Did
people do jail time for supposedly doing making crimes, but then they're they got out of jail because they didn't do it. And the Patriots didn't do it, so Brady didn't get suspended.
I don't care. At this point, I don't care. Yeah, I don't.
And we'll have more lists for you in the upcoming weeks.
I like the list. This is good.
Now, the Wall Report.
Yes, it is time for the Wall Report. Like I said, it's not just a dead
spare music.
It's not just a dead time for us on the show. I'm scratching and clawing for stories at this point. I mean, nothing's going on. We're not, mid-season NFL, that's prime action. There's always something to talk about. But I got some stuff for you here. I did have the Evander Kane story. You can't just go party and no show. I don't know what you showed me. Picture of you drinking. Nice.
That's how it died out.
That's great. Anyway, so from the Super Bowl, I don't know if you guys remember the one play, Aqib Talib face masking Philly Brown violently. Well, Aqib Talib was asked about that play. He said, he openly admits that he grabbed his face mask with the intention of ripping him as hard as he could, pulling him to the ground, because he knew he was at the 3-yard line, inside the 5, so the penalty was only going to be about 2 yards. So he said, I tried to grab his face mask and yank it as hard as I could.
Wow,
that's nice. Real class act right there. Not Aqib Talib.
Damn.
They need one of the things that they're talking about is doing NFL is on your second personal foul you're out, and actually I think that should be a rule.
I like that,
and because that would have been he would have had it. That would have been a second personal foul. He would have been gone. From the Super Bowl.
I have no.
So that would you would think twice about making that play. Whereas you said he openly admitted, I knew the penalty wasn't going to be big. It was inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be a 1-2 yard penalty. Right. Where now you're thinking, okay, if I do this, and if it's my first. If I make one mistake, I'm out.
They got to change something. That hit the distance to the goal line is the stupid thing in
penalty.
Sports. Stupid
penalty. But I don't know what else you can do though.
Well,
just put it right on the goal line.
Yeah, exactly. Or do you give another down?
No, you can never start making up rules of adding downs.
Well, okay. Well, you're adding yards to penalties.
Well, yeah, but pass interference in the end zone is on the 1 yard line. So it's not like you're just making up things as you go along. You can't just give them 5 downs. They have there's no camera, they can't see it, but that little marker where they have the down thing, you can't just make it 5. Like there's no 5th down. In football.
Well, with that play, you typically wouldn't be on 4th down anyway, but you get the play over regardless of the penalty. Well, half the district goal line makes no sense, like you said, unless they got to change the rule now.
Just say what it is. If you make a 15-yard penalty at the 14-yard line, that thing's going to the 1 yard line.
Right.
And end of story.
But then you can still do penalties after that, then, right?
Well, yeah. What are you going to do? You can't just start giving touchdowns.
It's almost like if you're going to block a field goal, you keep jumping that line, and then you get penalized. They move the ball up, and you jump it again. You keep jumping it because it doesn't really matter anymore. You just keep getting the penalty, and they keep moving up inch and inch.
Yeah, but they don't want to keep doing that.
Well, if an extra point's going to win the game, or a field goal wins the game, then you're just going to.
Yeah, you can do it now. There's nothing you can never do about that.
Yeah, that's
what are you just going to say? Okay, you know what? Too many penalties. It was good.
What I'm saying is that's I don't.
You also have to realize, you keep jumping in line, but they're still kicking. If the kick's good, they're just going to decline the penalty.
Right. Well, I'm just saying this.
So are you really going to jump the line and block 10 straight field goals? Because I don't think you're going to do that.
That's not my point.
I don't even know what your point is at this point.
Forget it.
Former 49ers wide receiver Josh Morgan. He was channeling his inner Plaxico Burress. Shot himself. He accidentally shot himself while he was cleaning his gun. And just to add insult to injury, literally add insult to injury, he's now charged for reckless handling of a firearm.
Let me tell you something. When you're cleaning your gun,
take the bolts out.
It's not real hard to point it elsewhere. Number one, not your leg, not straight down. I mean,
just make sure it's unloaded. Why even take the risk? I was to start rubbing a loaded pistol while it's aimed at you, idiot.
With your hand on a trigger. That's another thing too.
Mm-hmm. This is for you, big. I got some hockey news for you. The QMJHL, I don't know, it's a league.
Mm-hmm.
It's a QH, whatever it is, game between the Bay Come Drakkar, that's the name of the team, and Charlottetown Islanders. They canceled the game in the middle of the game because. You all right?
Earthquake.
I don't know if you guys know how they, with the logos on the ice. It's like I guess you have ice, you put the logo down, and you ice over it.
They paint it, and they paint over it, and then they put another couple layers of ice
so
on
apparently this one logo was like a physical logo, and it was a little piece was sticking out, so it's dangerous for the ice, to the skaters. So a ref came over with scissors to try to cut it, even with the ice, they can continue playing. Second ref decides, no, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to yank it up. So he starts pulling on it. He starts tugging on this thing, and it starts ripping up inches of ice. And
what an idiot.
Creates a crater in the middle of the ice, and they had to cancel the game. I don't know why you thought that was going to be the best way to get rid of this problem.
It's a Quebec hockey league.
I thought he was just going to, it was obviously Quebec as the name of the team.
Junior hockey league or something like that.
So, they had to cancel the game because of that.
Unbelievable.
The field was almost, the playing conditions were almost as bad as the Super Bowl. Did you see that one? The block by Michael Orr, where he's just sliding for like 10 yards. That's insane. PSG, which is Pierre Saint-Germain. That's a soccer team in France. There's one of their star players, Serge Aurier. He took the Periscope, Cashy's former love interest that he tried to get happen. It never happened.
I'm not finished with that.
So he went to Periscope. People were asking him questions, and he, for whatever reason, thought it would be a good idea to start criticizing your team and your coach. It's like not even like just like, oh, they're not good players. Like, no, he said he called his coach the F word for a gay person. He said one of their star players, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who's one of the best players in the world. He said, yeah, coach is sucking him off all the way down to the brawl, all the way down to the balls, bro. That's what he's saying. Like, obviously, this is gonna get out, and now they're disciplining him. I don't know what the suspension is gonna be, but
oh my god,
social media, man. I love these athletes. They're so stupid.
Thank God, Cashy. Thank God, growing up, there wasn't social media for me and you. You would have been locked up easily by now.
If they had
and I would never be able to run for public office.
If they had TMZ and social media, like, imagine what we would think about Babe Ruth. The way we think about Babe Ruth now, if TMZ was like, oh, Babe Ruth taking shots in the middle of a game, like, we'd all be like, oh, what a scumbag. But now it's just like, either it didn't happen. Yeah, either it didn't happen or it's a legend.
You can't do
it. Just think, wow, they would have tore apart, what do you call it, Ty Cobb.
God forbid you pick your nose in the dugout, man. It's all over,
You're into the lead story. Mets 26-year-old former Met closer Henry Mejia the first player to be banned from life from baseball for his third PED failed test.
That's the first one to get a third fail. Really?
Everyone, usually people kind of smarten up after 1 or 2. And it's funny because a year ago at this point he didn't have any. He failed 3 in 1 calendar year.
Are you shitting me?
Yes, he played this year. He played. He played
God.
open the season as on the team. Got to spend 30 games or 60 games.
Where's Jeff Brandy's at now? Hey, Cashy, we lost another great one there.
He was a good closer, actually. He was a young former prospect.
He failed the piss test. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
The state of Louisiana is flat broke. They're just dead broke. They're actually $940 million in debt right now. I don't know how a state becomes that much in debt. It's expected to balloon up to $2 billion by next year. So they're actually threatening to cancel LSU football, cancel the program. That's not going to happen. Obviously, it's just physically not going to happen. But imagine if they had to cancel one of the biggest teams in football because they're just broke. They can't support the team and afford it.
Well, wait a minute. If you can't support, shouldn't they be? I don't know how to understand it with all these kids paying tuition and all that stuff.
How? Yeah, exactly.
How the hell does that happen?
I don't know how you become $1 billion in negative.
Unbelievable.
It's not like there's anything nice down there. What are they spending it on? Like you'd think like New York maybe go broke for all the things that they're
free cheese and potatoes and what? No, wait a minute. With Louisiana, right? So they're all going crawfish crazy. That's what it is. They're spending all their money on jambalaya.
What do they call that stuff in New Orleans? Bidets, not bidets.
Beignets.
Beignets. Yeah, that's right.
Beignets. They're drinking like friggin' rock rut and eating bidets, and they got no money left.
Beignets and coffee. That's what you used to get there. It's a big thing. You ever had a beignet, man?
I never had a beignet. I had I was in New Orleans.
It's kind of like a donut.
I was in New Orleans 2 years ago. What's the thing I had? Po' boys.
I like po' boys.
I think I had 2 of those.
What kind?
I got a shrimp one the first time.
Okay.
I don't know. I got the second time.
So now you're talking. Now you're on my alley with food, man.
Yeah, I was there.
Let me tell you about tonight.
I had like jambalaya, gumbo, the whole 9 yards. That's the best food I ever had. New Orleans are the best food I ever had. So maybe they're just spending too much money on jambalaya.
I made myself a nice little braised chuck roast tonight with some red
braised
wine.
Chuck roast.
And some couscous.
Couscous. I was just gonna say that, man.
And some couscous.
Little couscous dip.
It's on special this week.
During the Super Bowl, obviously we were all watching on TV. We weren't listening on the radio. But if you were listening to Dan Fouts and Boomer Esiason. And at one point, Boomer, not that Boomer, not Chris Berman.
I know that. I got you.
I know.
I know the difference between the Boomers.
Boomer Esiason was referencing Peyton Manning's the self sack where he fake sacked, got up and threw the touchdown, but he mentioned the wrong game. So naturally, Dan Fouts decides this is a great opportunity to say, "Oh, what is your CTE acting up again?" And then he realized what he said. He goes, "Not that it's a laughing matter or anything."
I like Dan.
Let's just joke about like the number one problem in your sport right now, especially to a quarterback who is very susceptible to having that.
Fouts was a quarterback too, so
yeah, I know, but he's
not like you could say what you want if you're same thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
it's like me telling Irish jokes, Irish and American. I got drunk and scout myself.
It's like Cashy calling someone dumb. When you're dumb,
there you go.
Here we go.
I don't know, man.
Had to get in there.
Cut that mic off very soon.
Literally and figuratively.
I mentioned last week about Liverpool, the soccer team, how their fans left in the 77th minute because they were protesting. Well, apparently it worked because Liverpool, the powers that be, they put a 2-year ticket freeze. They're not going to be raising prices anymore. So it worked. Who would have thought a simple walkout would get your point across?
Well, not only that, but your team ended up losing the league, and then in the last 2 minutes
to the second
game.
worst team in the league. And in a similar story, actually, I guess they saw how effective it was. Borussia Dortmund, it's a team in Germany. Their fans are doing the same thing now. They're not leaving the 77th minute. They're not showing up until 20 minutes into the game, and they're all showing up with a handful of tennis balls. They walked in the 20th minute, sat down, and they just started pelting the field with tennis balls.
First of all, what I'm doing in that case, I'm firing the head of security. Okay, I'm going to sue the tennis ball company because I have to.
This is Germany. This isn't America.
I know.
In America, yes, you have a very valid point. You would sue Penn or Wilson, whoever makes those.
Right.
But no, not in Germany. They don't do that. They're men out there. And finally,
tennis balls don't kill people. People kill people.
Exactly. And finally, in the best news of the day, ESPN and DraftKings have mutually agreed to part ways.
Get out.
Thank
Get
God.
out.
Yes.
Where did that go down?
That just happened.
And why?
Just
So they
because
don't
of all the legal problems on DraftKings end.
Wow.
So we can all rejoice. We will not be bombarded with 70 commercials per hour.
In other words, ESPN doesn't want to go down for something that DraftKings did.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
just say
it's
just like if
we're not paying for your
like
legal
Aaron
bills.
Hernandez, like when you start killing people, the Patriots go, "Whoa, all right, I'm out. I'm out of this."
You beat a bitch around, but that's one thing. But that's it. Once you start killing them all,
when you start annoying us with constant advertisements and your shady business, we're out of here. So thank God. That's a good note. I left on a good note for us.
Absolutely. I can't believe that DraftKings is going down. It's like we want them to, like you and I are rooting for them to go down. Why? Because
I don't enjoy that style of game. That's all. That's all it is.
Mike is a little vindictive little bastard.
I am.
He definitely is.
You mess with my fantasy football.
But I hear what he's saying. I don't like DraftKings. I don't like the whole idea of it. I think that I don't like it because what I've always said is it's legalized gambling. Why they get to do it? Why is it okay for them to do what they're doing out there?
Why can't Cashy do it?
And before
there's so many companies there. I mean, look at Comcast. Man. It's right on their stage on the podiums there. It's,
Before you cut us off and play the outro music, B, we got to talk about last night real quick. What a show!
Oh my
Walking
God,
Dead, man.
Best episode ever.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there.
It's top 3.
It's definitely up there. Well, I had prepared for that because I was sitting there go, all right, what are the 5 best TV shows? That's what I was going to bring up, like as my board. 5 best TV shows that are probably out now, or you could have done like in your lifetime, go back 25, 30 years.
We'll save the list for another show, but that episode last night, man.
It had everything.
Yeah, I don't watch the show, but
you need to get into it.
I saw on Facebook.
Should we go spoiler alerts or no?
No. Walking Dead is back. Everybody kept saying they're back. It must have been a bad season last year.
But they're just back from a break. That's all.
Oh, okay. But they're saying it's back and going.
They were on hiatus for like 4 months.
But it gave you a little bit of everything, and
what a show.
Teased you with some like, oh no, like there was a couple things that like.
So here, all right, because I do want to talk about it real briefly, and then we'll go spoiler alert. So you have 5 seconds to turn this off.
4.
I know they're not there. I'm looking at the camera. 2, 1. All right,
we might be on. I don't know.
If you didn't tune out, this is your own fault because I gave you a quick spoiler alert. Yeah. The opening scene, I thought that was Negan. The whole time I thought that was Negan. That guy on the bike.
No, he's not Negan. They don't even mention his name.
They said Negan.
He said everything belongs to Negan.
Yeah,
now.
so but you think you're assuming he's talking third person.
Yeah, but because I know who was cast as Negan, I knew it wasn't him. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
But wow, I mean, that open scene was like, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, and I told when we were watching it, I was like, damn, I think they're screwed because they're gonna have to kill somebody like just to make it worth it. Like to bring it back and go, aha.
It's funny because I put a status up right before the show, so because I was watching the last episode leading into it, and
me too.
Sam, I just hate that little kid.
Mom,
I never rooted for a 6-year-old to die more in my life. Than this kid, Sam.
I don't have nothing to watch right now. I don't follow that, and I'm behind.
You have Netflix?
Yeah, have Netflix.
Jump on in.
I mean, here's the thing.
You're not going to be able to catch up in time.
How many years is going by?
This is. This is
well,
season
there's
6.
only but the seasons were weird at the beginning. There was only 4 the first season.
No, it was 6.
6?
I think it was 6.
Well, when I watch it in real time, they were an hour and a half, 2 hours. Remember? So they might have broken them up. I don't know. I can't remember.
I've been watching this show called Billionaire on HBO.
Is it any good?
I don't know, man. It's kind of it's getting to be stupid. It got a little stupid yesterday on the show. So it didn't I don't think there'll be a second season of Billionaire. It's going to end eventually. And Shameless has gotten ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I keep
doing. Shark. Yeah,
it's so stupid now. It's
like I wanted to. That was another one I wanted to start watching because I keep hearing everybody and they're like,
the first
I wouldn't start now.
The first couple seasons are good now, but just tune out after like season 2 or 3.
It's like so unbelievable now that it could not happen.
It's like Fast and Furious, where I like the movie. Like Fast 7 was good, but in the beginning it was about local. Southern California guy street racing. Now it's about mobsters and drones and world domination.
All of a sudden they're the toughest guys on earth.
Yeah. Where don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed Fast 7, but that's how Shameless. In the beginning of Shameless, it was kind of like
grounded in reality.
Yeah, we're scamming Social Security and we're getting in bar fights. Now it's just like murder and hitman and like what the hell just happened? Like how did we get here?
You run out of stuff.
As far as TV goes, and the funnest of the shows that actually, and I wasn't even a big DC Comics fan growing up, but The Flash on CW, that to me that's like just a show that doesn't take itself seriously, gives you I guess it gives all the
What's he
geek
talking
kids.
about?
It's the Flash.
I never saw it.
It, you know,
I'm not a comic book guy.
Yeah,
Oh, is that what that is? A comic?
yeah, it's like Flash.
Speaking of comic book, the Deadpool movie that came out. Everyone's raving about. I've literally never heard of Deadpool my entire life.
You know what?
I tell
the
you,
last time I heard
I
about
can give you a
Deadpool
little-
was in a Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah.
You know, one of his
See,
Dirty Harriers.
Well, years ago, there was always there was like a comic book revolution. Like the artists and the guys that were drawing it didn't own the rights to characters that they were creating for Marvel or DC. So they kind of Deadpool was one of them.
Deadpool, it's actually
It's a comic book character.
I didn't know that. I'm thinking of real Deadpool. There's pools of who's going to die next.
No, not that.
No.
That's what I was. That
No,
Clint
It's a
Eastwood
comic
Deadpool is
book
a comic
character.
book movie.
Yeah,
I do
I'm sorry. I
believe-
didn't know that.
I'm
but
going to say it was created by Rob
No.
Liefeld, but I'm not sure.
But
I was
it
out
made
of it
like
by
$200
then.
million its opening weekend. It was the #1 movie. But like and everyone's like, this is the best movie ever.
People are starved for shit to watch.
And I'm
man.
just like, I've never heard of this person. Why is this such a big movie? Like,
Because
I've heard of Spider-Man.
you know-
I've heard of Superman.
You know why? Because
Batman.
it was created by somebody in our lifetime at our age.
Yeah.
That's our age, and that's the only reason why. Because like Superman was created in the 50s. All them guys, all those other characters were created 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Yeah.
So
This is a recent one?
You remember the movie Spawn?
Yeah.
With J. Michael White
I know.
or something like that.
Spawn too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. He was part of this group. They eventually went off and formed their own comic book company called Image Comics. And actually McFarlane, the guy that created Spawn, actually does all the toys for The Walking Dead.
Oh.
All the little things. But that's probably why it's so popular. I mean, he was a wise ass. He's an anti-hero. He's not a superhero. He's like an anti-hero that's a wise ass. Like Cashy being a superhero.
Oh, geez.
Only because he has to.
Right.
All right. To get my winnings, I'll do it. And what's his
Wait,
superpower? Picks of the week.
Sam dying was the happiest I've been in a while.
Oh,
Although Jessie, when she died, I was sad.
yeah. But there was some good. It was a good show, though. It was a good show.
That one, that like 90-second Sam dying, her dying, shot in the head. Oh,
and
my
everything
God.
in slow motion. Yeah.
Oh, it was the craziest. I was on the edge of my seat. Literally.
Cashy King, Chef Left Bread and B, Mike and Wall. No video, off and on. I don't know what you saw, but you saw something. Doesn't really matter because this matters what we say, not what we look like. This is the Sports Goombahs. Coming from the 515 studio. Mondays, 8 o'clock. Join us next week. Same Sports Goombah time, same Sports Goombah channel, www.sgshow.net.
Sports Goombahs Peep Show tonight.
Yeah. And listen, go on to our webpage and donate. Get yourself a shirt. Help
Kanye
out.
needs it.
Kanye, yeah. Forget about cancer. We're going to take care of Kanye instead. Have a good one.